Who wants to go first? Yes?
Why do some...
No, sit down.
Why do some men act like wild beasts while others become heroes? What makes some men betray their friends and others sacrifice their lives for people they don't even know?
And who can answer that?
People are bad because they are scared and unhappy. And because of this, they can be driven to violence and self-destruction.
Now, there's an interesting subject. Happiness and unhappiness deep down inside of each one of us. Descartes. Man is in the middle between God and nothingness. And he must choose.
We have to teach a philosophical concept based essentially on a human experience rather than a cosmological one, more like what two and two are worth. And the worker says it isn't worth a lot.
That's the political director. That sounds like a philosophical pastime. And yet it's food for thought. Let's have the food.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's my fault. I'm always walking around with my head in the clouds. Oh, it's you. Art history?
Well, art history would like to buy something to drink. What do you say?
Why not?
I'm doing my doctorate thesis on Piotr Michałowski.
I have no idea who he is.
He's a very famous painter.
And I'm famously ignorant.
Before dying, he painted several pictures of Don Quixote in a frenzy. Mad, strong, desperate. Maria?
Yes?
Am I boring you?
No, not at all.
There are many things we must discuss. The young need positive answers. Now, immediately.
Communists promise young people a new...
Communists promise young people a new, fair and better society. Young people are pure. They want to believe that an ideal world is possible. But we don't promise them heaven and earth.
Am I boring you?
Huh?
What are you looking at?
Sorry. Where do you live?
In Krakow with my aunt.
Oh, that's fantastic. I live in Krakow, too. Is that destiny or what?
Who knows? Destiny's very mysterious. But it always finds its way.
We have to meet Marxism.
We have to meet Marxism on its own terms. The freeing of mankind.
There will be 7 of us going into working-class neighborhoods without churches. And we'll visit any family that needs us.
Good. You've made an admirable decision. But it might be dangerous. Just make sure you are not followed, okay? And Adam, too?
No, not him. He seems a little reluctant.
Adam lives in his world of art. You like Adam, don't you?
I think so.
And he likes you?
I don't know.
How could he not like you? He's an aesthete. He probably likes you to death. At the end of our course, I would like to organize a trip to the mountains with the students.
That's a great idea.
We'll go to the Tatras.
Oh, a premise for your thesis. The moral value of honesty and courage.
I like it. Adam! Adam.
If you're drunk and beat your wife, you can't blame others. It's the loss of self-respect that causes you to harm a person so dear to you.
There's no help, no hope for me, Father.
If that were true, you wouldn't be here.
Believe me, I tried so many times to make amends.
Despite disappointments, you must find love within you. It's the only strength that can change you.
The evil of our times consists in a sort of degradation of the human being. Sometimes planned by ideologies or by political or economical systems.
There's been an
avalanche 2 kilometers up the track. They are going to stop here.
We have to oppose them by reconstructing the sacred value of man.
I'm late. The train from Krakow.
Oh, right. That's why Wojtyła isn't here yet. They all went to get something to eat. Not me, though. I'm sweating the test. I didn't go to classes. I work in Poznan, but I'm trying to study. What's this Wojtyła like? He's a priest, too, right?
Yes.
Is he mean?
Mean? Worse. He's a tyrant. A real tyrant.
Oh, my God. Are you well prepared?
More or less.
Could you explain Max Scheller's polemic against technological society to me?
He opposes the rationalists, who believe that we are able to dominate nature and man.
And?
And for him, the only trust in the world comes from love.
So you're from Poznan too?
Right, yeah. So, I found a classmate of ours who knows his stuff, and he really helped me.
Who is he?
Where did he go?
Witold Brożek.
God help me.
Good luck.
Give me your grade book, Witold.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
Your grade book. Witold is a student worker. I already tested him. I gave you a good grade. Keep on studying.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Your wings.
You're a poet.
No, not at all. I only know 3 verses of a poem by heart. It's Turkish.
A Turkish poem? In Turkish?
We have yet to say the most beautiful of seas. We have yet to live the most beautiful of days. And I have yet to tell you the most beautiful things I want to say to you.
Don't look at me like that. I get embarrassed. Come on, we're late. We're late.
There is nothing more mysterious and unknown than love. We all have a deep, desperate need of absolute love. And the difference between how we perceive it and how badly we actually live it is a terrible thing. Well, love's not something that can be taught. And yet it's absolutely vital to learn about it. One thing's for sure. Love and sexuality are the most exciting link between mind and nature. But love is also a responsibility. When a man and a woman are united by real love, one takes on the other's destiny and future. as if it were their own. And that can mean a lot of strain and suffering, but that's the only serious way to love. And not by making a game out of it.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Go in peace. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
I'm having trouble with this.
What do you mean?
I can believe in the Father and the Son, but the Holy Ghost, I have a problem with that.
No, but... Karol. Where have you been all these years?
I work in the Cegielski factory in Poznan now.
How are things going?
Badly. I mean, just fine.
Which is it?
Both. Badly because this regime is an insult to socialism. And the people are starving. And fine because I still feel strong and ready to fight. And you know what? I am in love.
You're in love? That's great news. Who is she?
Her name is Magda. She has blue eyes, beautiful. She's a widow.
Are you getting married?
She doesn't want to. She has a small child. We see each other secretly.
Give her time. And take it easy on the beer, okay?
Poland is a slave state. The Russians now run the army and the government. They're bleeding us dry. All their projects are failing. They're turning us into paupers, Karol. We're going to take to the streets of Poznan and let them know how angry we are.
What good will that do?
You're on the government side?
I'm just afraid of the consequences. I don't want to cry for martyrs anymore.
Don't worry. They're not going to start shooting at us. We're the proletariat.
Good work. But he doesn't give anything away. He probably figures we're listening in.
I don't think so. I've provoked him 1,000 times. We take the train together, almost every time. And he's never uttered one word against the socialist government of this country. He's not interested in politics. Perhaps, and I say this with all due respect, comrade, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong, Zelensky. I want this man. And you're going to give me the means to do it. Is that clear?
Are you telling me that I have to make things up?
So what if I am? What if I did?
Then I would make some things up.
Who's in charge of the UB in Poznan?
Comrade Maciek.
Tell him I want to talk to him. You can go now.
Radio Free Europe. Today, June 28th at 4 p.m., the 2nd Army Corps has entered Poznan. The strike began early this morning at 6 a.m. as workers left the Cegielski factory, marching towards the center of the city. As time passed, workers from other factories joined the dissenters, together with passers-by and residents of the city.
Are you Novak?
Yes, I am. And who might you be, comrade? I don't think we have been introduced.
I'm Piotr. My mom said I could come here only if I stayed close to you.
Ah, so you are Piotr, Magda's son.
I'm glad she fell in love with you. It's no fun seeing your own mother so sad and lonely.
Your mother's a strong and beautiful woman.